We are all responsible for the co-creation that we call our reality, our physical reality. Let's think of this as a big pot of soup, where everybody comes in and contributes with something. For example, someone comes with a carrot, and somebody comes with a potato, and somebody else comes with celery. All these ingredients will spread their own aroma into the soup and will blend with other aromas, forming an entirely different taste. And now, let's say that somebody comes in and throws some mud into the soup. I'm sure that someone doesn't want to taste a mud soup, but that's the difference between being conscient and being unconscious. The difference is to think ahead, to be responsible for our own thoughts and actions. The difference is to take a pause and think, what will I do to the common field? What is my contribution into humanity? Do I want to live what I put in that common soup? Because if I don't, I will think twice. The worst enemy is the impulse. Is the impulse that comes from the ego. When I say ego, I think of a collection of wounds. The wounds that form our autopilot, our subconscious. And when those wounds are triggered, we just go ahead and do whatever our reptilian brains tells us to do. We just go and act from the impulse. And that's the easy way out. That's the easy way. Not thinking, not checking in, not being responsible for our own thoughts and feelings and for whatever we put out there in the world. This is what happens globally, and this is what happens at a smaller level in our families, in our immediate environment. From the impulse track, the hardest thing to do is to stop. The impulse is so strong that it's very difficult for us to stop, but it's the most important thing to do. To be silent, to just keep quiet until all the feelings settle down, and to try to just wait until we are able to talk from our higher selves, from our heart, from our love, from our frontal lobe, from the point where we can come with a solution. Our greatest ability as human beings is just this, that we can stop, we can think, we can take a pause, and we can ask ourselves, if I contribute with more mud to the common soup just because I'm mad with the person who first started this, what will be the end result? Because I too will have to eat from that common soup. Do I want to experience that? Do I want to bring more of that? Do I want to bring more suffering in the world? The universe is a fractal. What we see at a small level, we see at a higher level. As long as we, as individuals, have hatred inside, we will see it enhanced outside. As long as individuals, we have love inside, we will see it enhanced outside. The same way our children mirror us, showing us what it is inside of ourselves that we don't like, that we reject, and we do not want to live with. In the same manner, everything that we see around us is a reflection of what we are inside. But this is not a reason for us to reject our dark part even harder. It's exactly the opposite. It's to see that in order to be whole, we are both light and dark. We just have to let go of fighting the dark side and to accept that it is inside us and it is ours. It is us as much as it is the universe. It's time to say to ourselves, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. and thank you. This is what the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono teaches us: to love ourselves, to speak to ourselves, to forgive ourselves, and to thank ourselves for everything that we are, for the fact that we are here for us. It teaches us to manifest gentleness and unconditional love, no matter what we did, no matter what we are. Let's put that in our common soup. Let's put that into the fractalic universe. Let's add this, the gentleness to ourselves, self-love, into the common energy field of humanity. And let's see how that transforms things. Let's step out of the impulse. Let's teach ourselves patience and silence until we are able to speak from our higher selves. Let's teach ourselves to have patience. The patience we need to grow potatoes in the mud. The patience we need to tend to those plants and to wait until the potato is ripe and we can use it in the soup. In the same manner in which we don't use carrot seeds in the soup, but we wait until we have a full-grown carrot. Let's wait. Let's teach ourselves the patience so we can outgrow the impulse, the destructive impulse. Let's teach ourselves the silence so we can hear the true voice of our hearts. Let's teach ourselves to be quiet before speaking responsibly. So each of us, we have a choice to make each moment of each day. What do we put in the common soup? We have a choice to wait. We have a choice to contemplate. We have a choice to choose from our entire palette of emotions. What do we select and put in our entire energy field as a planet, as a humanity? We teach our children to be loving, to be caring, to be compassionate. And then we look in ourselves and ask ourselves, do we do the same thing? What are our triggers? What are our wounds? Because there are the points in which we have to work. That's where our real inner work begins. One of my favorite Neil Donald Walsh's quotes is, "There is no right and wrong. There is only what works." You can put mud, you can put potatoes, you can put cherries and strawberries. You can put whatever you want in our common soup. It is not right, it is not wrong. But think about your end goal. What do you want to eat? What do you want to experience? What do you want to live? Is the contribution you are making to the world right now getting you and the other persons around you, the whole humanity, is it taking you to where you want to arrive? So beyond facts, beyond words, and beyond feelings, there is this, the end goal. There is the responsibility of what we do. It's easier for others and it's harder for some. But that's okay, because we each have to live our own experience. And it is not even our own experience, it is the experience that the entire humanity lives. It's just that the humanity experiences some things through some people and other things through other people. And that's, again, okay. We cannot stop humanity from feeling suffering as long as we feel suffering in ourselves. And we each do that. We each feel suffering, and that's all right too. But just as we each have at least two voices in our heads, one saying act from impulse and one saying wait, find your inner peace and then express yourself. Just like that, we have these two different polarities in the world. How can you contribute to uplift the common humanity field if you are not directly involved in a conflict? If you are privileged to be on the side of the matter, then you are not absolved of responsibility. You have the responsibility to watch what you are putting in the common soup. You have the responsibility to meditate, to generate love, to come into the world as your highest expression that is possible for you at this moment, and to infuse your highest vibration into the world, to support everything that is going on, every tragedy that happens around us, every situation, every conflict is an opportunity for us to heal our old wounds. And each of us contributes to this in their own manner. Some of us fight, some of us talk, some of us meditate, some of us generate love, or not. We are each responsible for the outcome of everything that goes on into this world. As we are each responsible for looking deep inside ourselves to see what each situation has to teach us. Why is this manifesting into our world? Why do your ears hear those words? Why do your eyes see that? What's the message they bring to you? From that place, we become responsible and we become empowered to make good decisions, to make the decisions that will bring us to the point, to the quality of life that we want to live. My mission is to contribute to this common soup with inspiration and motivation. And if you want to support me and messages like this, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can hit the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. Let's also meet on social media and go there with the most graceful and loving intentions.